What happens when the defense concedes wrongdoing and they concede that the wrongdoing caused your injury? Would you like to know what happens next? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. In a case where the defense concedes, where they recognize that there is wrongdoing and that the wrongdoing caused injury, they may say, let's not go through the whole litigation process and litigate the issue of who's right and who's wrong. We readily admit that we did something wrong and that the wrongdoing caused injury. So instead, let's just try damages. Now, what does that mean? It means let's avoid the whole process that we normally experience when we bring a case, where we have to establish wrongdoing, we have to establish that the wrongdoing caused injury, and then we have to establish what the extent of your injuries are. Now, legally, that's known as liability, causation, and damages. So if the defense is recognizing and conceding and admitting that they are wrong, that they admit liability, and that there is causation, there's a connection between the wrongdoing and the injury, then the only thing left to decide is how much to award to you as compensation. So now we can actually go to court, and the only issue before the jury will be, ladies and gentlemen, today you are going to determine how much money to award to my client. The defense has admitted, they have admitted that they did something wrong and that the wrongdoing caused my client harm. And now you're going to hear testimony from various witnesses, including the patient herself. You're going to hear from her husband. You're going to hear from medical doctors as well as medical experts about their current condition, about the treatment she had, about the surgery she went through. And then you'll ultimately be asked to determine how much to award to her for past pain and suffering, for future pain and suffering, for her medical bills, for what's going to happen to her in the future as far as her medical expenses. So now the jury will only be focused on one important question, which is how much money to award to her as compensation. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in the litigation process when the defense turns around, and it doesn't happen often, when they turn around and actually admit responsibility and admit that their wrongdoing caused injury. And you know, chances are you probably have questions of your own about your own particular legal matter. And if you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. This is what I'm here for. I do this every single day and I welcome your call. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at lawmed10@yahoo.com. I'm Gerry Oginski here in New York. Have a wonderful day.